Alright guys, welcome to Tell It to Trevor. I'm your host, Trevor Shelley. Today on my podcast, my guest is...
It's your boy, your favorite letter, Q.
Alright Q, what got you into wrestling?
So, this is a very unique one, which I haven't heard from most wrestlers. For me, it was video games. Specifically, Here Comes the Pain. And it was a process where I was creating a character to go through the story mode.
Yeah.
And I was like, bruh, what if instead of I create a character, instead of me doing that, what if I just had them create it for me and they just put me in the game? And so that was always my inspiration behind becoming a wrestler. It's just so I can be in a video game one day, so I can be lazy and I don't have to create myself and, drip myself out, right?
Yeah.
Because when you're going through the whole create a wrestler thing, I hate having to go through all of the options just to find my drip.
Exactly.
And so if I just have the creators do it for me, specifically 2K, then hey, we in there, right?
Or a fan makes it for you.
I mean, yeah, that's true, but I want that officially, because you know what happens when 2K makes it? Get that check with it too.
You're right.
So, hey, I appreciate if I do have a fan, or when I have a fan create one for me, I'm gonna appreciate it, because I even see all of the creations for Cody, for Cody Rhodes, for if and when he
Eric
turns
Academia.
heel, Eric Academia. Like, even when I see creator wrestlers for students that is a part of PWA, like, oh my gosh.
Well, it used to be me as a student now.
Yeah, I mean, but even still, once you're part of the school, you're always a part of it.
Yeah.
But
Austin Payne.
just seeing folks being created by fans, that's such a big inspiration.
Yeah.
And especially Erica as well. So yeah, so one day that's why I hope to aspire, because that's what got me interested.
Yeah.
Not into wrestling specifically, but when it came to me actually getting down into it, it was those video games.
Yeah.
Also, you know what? That made me think of one other thing. Two people, Ron Killens and Ric Flair, because they're both from Charlotte.
Yes.
And so I'm from Charlotte, and I want to add on to that legacy of having somebody represent the Queen City.
You forgot one. Cedric Alexander.
Oh, Cedric Alexander. You're right. You're absolutely right, because he is a phenomenal talent. I thought you were going to go with the Queen herself, Charlotte Flair.
No, she's from Queen City.
Nah, she's
Which
not
is a
from
nickname
Charlotte.
from Charlotte. She's from...
Hey, you know why they call it the QC?
Hmm.
Because it's Q City. So, but Charlotte, she's not from Charlotte.
Exactly.
But I like it though. Hey, I'll
That's
still
playing
represent
words.
it. I'll still put her up on the Mount Rushmore. Yeah. So that was my inspiration.
If you could wrestle any wrestler, who and what show? Living or non-living?
Okay. So I would love to wrestle Eddie Guerrero and Kurt Angle. Those are like my two top wrestlers ever. However, I think that I would be so starstruck that I would mess it up. So for me, I like to go with two of my favorite technical wrestlers that are actually coaches to this day. So that actually shows how, I don't want to say how good they are, but as far as how well they can put on a good match, because they've coached so many generations after them, and they still continue to coach, and even wrestle too. So for me, it's Goldust and William Regal.
Okay.
Because if you ever seen William Regal in the ring, he would throw some stiff jabs, some stiff knees, put him in the right places. But hey, you still gonna have to put in that work when it comes to working with Regal. And then even with Goldust, just somebody who's so technically sound and who has had the longevity. He's been wrestling for 5 decades.
Yes.
And so that's something that I like to inspire to. And it also shows that you can wrestle a crazy style, because thinking back to the match with him and his brother that he had in AEW, you can still do these crazy matches and still work safe.
Yeah.
So those are my two, William Regal and Goldust.
All right. What is your top 5 movies?
Oh, a top 5? Top 5? Oh my
I'm
gosh.
making you think.
Woo! Okay, so off top of the dome, Toy Story. I mean, honestly, Toy Story 3 slapped. I was on the plane once watching that movie, and I had some little thug tears that was coming out. But
That was like when Andy went to college, right?
yeah, and he had left the toys behind with that little girl. They should have ended it right there. But
They
speaking
should've.
of ending things, Avengers Endgame. Infinity War is still good. I still go back and watch the opening scene with Tony Stark. I skipped the part where they're like, abusing Thor. I'm not down with abuse like that, Plus they jumped my man. Let's see what else. Star Wars for me, it would have to be Attack of the Clones when Mace Windu is coming out. When at the Battle of Geonosis, and he whips out that purple lightsaber. Ain't nothing you can say, dude. And then 2 other ones, golly.
Director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Huh?
Same actor that played the director of
True,
S.H.I.E.L.D.
true. I mean, you know what? That reminds me, just to keep it on the same track of Samuel L. Jackson, The Incredibles. All right, just a family of
He was the,
superheroes. Yeah,
Mr.
Frozone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to put the two together for like 12 years now.
Honey, where's my super suit? Oh, fun fact. There's actually a weird fan theory that when he's asking for a super suit, the helicopter crashes. You can see it also in Infinity War, because right before he gets dusted, you can see a helicopter crashing in front of a tall tower, just like in The Incredibles when he's asking
And I
for a
think
super
the
suit.
two connected.
Yeah.
But Disney does it Disney.
Oh yeah, I mean honestly, Disney got the whole Infinity Gauntlet. I don't even mess with Disney like that, but they've just captured every single franchise that I'm in love with. So therefore, I got to be a Disney fan. But just to wrap it up, what's the 5th one? I don't know. I'll go with something that's a classic. Most people probably don't know, but Three Ninjas. That's what got me into martial arts actually. So
Okay.
yeah,
Real
real classic.
We haven't heard of it.
Oh man, 3 brothers. They have a grandpa who's a former master, but also used to get down with some, drug dealers and stuff like that. So they come after the grandpa. The grandpa has been teaching these 3 kids how to become martial artists. And so once they come to raid the house looking for grandpa, these kids, they put the work in the thieves. So, but also they had a whole franchise. They even had one, 3 Ninjas in High Noon with Hulk Hogan was actually in it.
Okay.
And so I think that was one of the ways that I was introduced into wrestling, because I was like, who the fuck is this beefy mug? So, But yeah, those are my 5.
All right.
Right off the dome.
What is your top 5 TV shows?
Woo! Okay, if y'all haven't seen it, download Amazon Prime right now and watch The Boys. All right, dopest show ever. It's a superhero show, but based in reality. And unlike Marvel movies and even DC, boring. All right, so I'll just leave it at that. But you definitely need to watch it. They got a new season that's popping off right now. What else? Dang, what's some other good shows? I'm a big, I don't want to say I'm a big anime person, but Dragon Ball, you talking about something that's inspirational?
Speaking of that, did you know the original Black Ranger voiced it in Dragon Ball?
No.
So, their latest big movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, he voiced it one of the villains.
Really? I'm going to have to look that up.
He's done a bunch of anime shows.
Yeah? I'm going to have to look that up.
Like, I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
And so I sent him a DM for season 2, where he's supposedly going to be on there.
Yeah? I'm actually trying to meet him at BlurredCon 2 weeks from now. I don't know if I'm actually going to BlurredCon.
Where is that located?
In DC.
I
Yeah,
might have to take some time off.
It's
and
a bit of a drive. Right. Him and Phil Lamar are going to be there too.
Phil Lamar.
He plays Samurai Jack, the Green Lantern, Static Shock. Also, I mean, going down the line, Static Shock, OG show, Powerpuff Girls, a freaking classic, showing how girls can put their hands on you too. But mainly shows where people are working together as a team, because everything that we do is a team sport. No matter if it's work, wrestling, no matter the sport, even if you work in an office, it's all a team sport. So those are my top shows.
All right. Now this is a question I ask everybody.
Okay.
If you were in a Looney Tunes cartoon, which area would you be? Like the desert, the snow, the forest, the city? And what would your character's name be?
Oh, geez. Okay, that's a tough
I didn't
one.
show you that question.
No, yeah. Wow. I would probably be in the desert with the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. Dang. What would my name be? Wow. And then, honestly, I don't know who team I'll be on, too, because I'll probably be going back and forth. Because,
Just like how Bugs Bunny kind of goes with.
Yeah.
And Daffy Duck.
Yep, and how he messes with.
Rabbit seasons, Duck.
But also how he messes with Elmer Fudd too.
Yes.
But yeah.
Did you hear that they got rid of his gun? Because the new generation thinks it's too offensive.
I mean, also like these kids don't know how to tote that thing, so yeah, they get a little too carried away.
Yeah.
So they probably.
But they're ruining our cartoon.
Yeah, but we already had our cartoons though, you know.
I still can watch them.
We already got it, yeah. But we can go back in time.
Boomerang.
Exactly, we can go back in time and watch those older episodes. But I would definitely be out in the desert with Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, especially Wile E. Coyote have a mug of his too. Back when McDonald's used to do those specials. So I think this is when the original Space Jam came out. It was giving out mugs for each characters, and so I still got the Wile E. Coyote one. But,
Got to send me a picture of that.
Oh yeah.
Like for me, I have the classic figures, like the rubber ones that can bend and everything.
Oh yeah.
Because my grandma, she raised us on everything. Like, this is the shows you gotta watch. This is what your kids gotta watch.
But also, not only that, when I grew up, those were kind of the only shows to watch, except for when the Saturday morning cartoons came on. So
I watched them on Saturday too.
Right. So if Johnny Bravo, again the Powerpuff Girls, Ed, Edd and Eddy, like if that whole Cartoon Network, if those shows wasn't on, man, it's Bugs Bunny. It's the Looney Tunes. It's the Looney Tunes. Yeah. So what else? What else am I missing?
You need your name. And what would your character look?
Oh shoot.
Because I have people that can draw it and then send it to you.
Yeah.
And I know another company that can make it into an action figure.
You know what? My name would probably be Sporty Shorty.
Okay.
Right? Because, it might be some days where I'm trying to catch a road running, get a good workout in and, try to catch up with them. So, being that I'm short too, Sporty Shorty. And then I'm thinking something like a Elmer Fudd type of look, minus the hat, because you got to let the hair show, you got to let the lock shine, right? And, probably some oversized clothes. Again, just sticking to the whole short thing. Yeah. So Sporty Shorty, that's what we're going with.
Alright.
Got to keep it hood.
If you were in any video game, which game and why? And you can debate if you want unlimited hearts, or do you just want a single, so when you die in the game, you're done?
Yeah.
Like for me, I would do Looney Tunes Sport of Mayhem, because you're with all the Looney Tune characters, and you get super powered.
Yeah. You know what though? I got you.
Power Rangers Shattered series. With to go wrestle.
That's a good one, but I don't like the whole 2D series thing. And plus, like games like Mortal Kombat, I love Mortal Kombat. But for me, I still try to keep it in reality. But speaking about reality, shout out to my boy Jake Parker, who just made his debut. The game that I would choose, Saints Row, and probably Saints Row 3. Saints Row 4 was a little wacky and out there. They was invaded by a space alien. But at the end of Saints Row 3, your character becomes a president. And so think about Grand Theft Auto, but just way crazier, because in Saints Row 4, aliens come to invade the White House because they see how G'd up you are, right?
Yeah.
So, now you got to go against aliens, you working in a virtual reality and whatnot. Crazy game. And you get to steal spaceships and whatnot. Crazy game. Out of this world, they just rebooted it, which I don't know why you would reboot such a, a legacy type game. But yeah, that's the game we're going with. Saints Row, the third.
Alright, if you could work with a non-living wrestler, who and why?
Ooh, if I could work with?
Yeah.
When you say work, you talking about in the office or in the ring?
In the ring.
Ooh, boy.
But if you beat them, you inherit their move.
Okay, is this a toxic answer? I'm thinking Chris Benoit.
I don't know.
Honestly. So, okay, here's the thing. We gotta remember. All of the tragic, shitty things or crappy things that he did, CTE, was brain damage.
Yes.
Okay? So, with all due respect, Chris Benoit is a person that I would love to work with, because watching the people that he worked with, from Jonathan Coachman to MVP, Montel Vontavious Porter, I mean, he was them boys right in the shape.
Yeah.
So, you know, and he was doing it while on the road. It wasn't like he went down to OVW or Heartland Wrestling Association. Nah.
Or the Hard Dungeon.
Right. No, he taught them on the road. And so if you could learn from somebody that good, but also doing it while they still have to go to work too, their mindset, and just that he has that coach mentality or that sports mentality where, hey, I'm going to grill it into you, and I kind of like that, where you beat it into me, because that's just your body becoming more disciplined. So
that's how I was raised with hockey. We had a saying in hockey, was pretty not greedy. My high school coach went by.
Yeah.
So if you guys look on my personal page, it says pretty not greedy. And that's my motto. Like, if I don't like a move I'm doing, I'm gonna try to get greedy, but make it look pretty.
Also, adding to that, that's just like when you playing football. At the end of the game, your whole outfit better be dirty. If you come out clean at the end of the game, that means you ain't play. That mean you wasn't doing nothing. You wasn't putting in that work. And so for me, I'm always putting in that work. So I'm always gonna be sweat stains all over the place. Hey, maybe some blood here and there, but I'm always putting in that work. So
see, for me, hockey with that one, if our helmets weren't sweaty and our back pads weren't sweaty and our knee pads and skates weren't sweaty, like how we got told, like, if your hockey underwear don't stick to you, you're not doing it right.
Right, because you're not
Or
sweating.
if your skates don't smell, and I was like, but we air freshen our skates, we leave them air dry.
But at
in
the
locker
end of the
room.
game, it should smell like,
I don't want to walk. Like for me, afterwards, I got undressed, stayed in my hockey underwear, and took an ice bath with that hockey cup still on, just to loosen it all up. So
True.
And then take a hot shower after that.
And those are the days that I miss, is just being an athlete, just where, you know, you're just so beat up and whatnot. To where it's like, I don't even want to take this off. Like, damn, just keep it on me. Like, I'm in shower with all of this on. But that's the thing about when you take off your pads, all of that stuff. But now, not just football, because I'm an all-around athlete. So I'm talking about football, wrestling, played hockey when I was very young, track and field,
Which arena?
baseball.
If you remember.
Eastland Mall.
Okay,
Actually,
I know
played
where
at the
that
mall. I don't know if you remember when you used to look down and you see kids playing hockey. Those are the teams that I played.
That ice rink.
Yep.
My dad's like, this is where you're gonna play.
Yeah.
And we never did because it closed down right when I aged. So I got to
Also-
play at Extreme Ice Center. Got trained by Joey the God and his sister, a national figure skater for Team USA.
Ooh.
The year after she won gold medal, she started her own camp.
Yeah.
And I was like, Dad, I want to do this. Just to be coached by her. And now, like, she's like a mom to me. Like, we see each other once a week. And I see her husband, and he's like, what's going on, son? And I'm like, we're 2 years apart, dude.
And that's the other thing, like, the people that coach you and whatnot, or even like the team moms and whatnot, like, y'all do become a family.
Exactly.
You know, I'm thinking about my wrestling coach, Mr. Bean. You know, he was a butthole, but at the same time, I still looked up to him because he was also my math teacher too. So this was in high school. But, you know, again, all sports in college, I played rugby, played ultimate tennis. So I can keep going. The only two sports I didn't or haven't played, soccer and cricket.
So, I'll tell you this. I started as a soccer player. Played for 12 years.
Yeah.
I was the guy that would make you laugh because I didn't give a crap about the game at all. I used to like act like I was fighting Power Rangers. Like fighting the bad guys. Like the whole time.
That's
and
a good mindset.
My last year, I was like, let me just try it on the last game. Got a goal, and they're like, it's your first goal, right? And I was like, yeah. He was like, you know, you just won us the championship. And I'm like, I was like, and this is my last time here. Until I fully took ice hockey as a career. Like, I've been to tryouts up in Watertown, New York, for the Watertown Wolves. I've been to tryouts for the Charlotte Rush. I've trained with the Charlotte Checkers. I've gotten trained by the Hurricanes. Like, I got to pick their brains a whole lot, and they said, whatever pregame you do, it works. So mine was, I'd throw my headphones on, here's your boards, and you'd swing your legs as high as you can, like a windmill, for 30 minutes. And everyone's like, isn't that crazy? And I'm like, no. I was like, I'm the fastest skater representing that ice rink now still
Man, that's crazy.
for high school, and everyone's like, "What's gonna happen when you be there?" I was like,
Right.
"I will get back on that ice just to beat the dude to keep my record."
But also, that's just a testament to how important technique is
Yeah.
and warming up. So before every wrestling practice, I always do some warm-ups where I'm putting bands around my knees
Yeah,
and
I've
just
been
giving
seeing
it that resistance because, aside from, making sure that the body doesn't disobey the mind, you want to make sure that you still have that muscle to mind connection and that everything is feeling good. So you have to make sure that you feel good because what we do in that square circle is pretty dangerous. And if you're having a bad day, that person that's standing across from you doesn't need to have a bad day as well.
Exactly.
So, you need to make sure everything is in connection, warm up the body, wake it up, right? Don't just treat it like, oh shit, I'm late from work, let me hop up and go do wrestling. No. Warm up, and especially the long drives that we have to get here too, to get to class, we need to warm up because sitting down is not the best thing for us.
Like, I remember at a tryout with the Charlotte Rush, they're like, "Hey, we're gonna take in the red tryout." I was like, "Okay, cool, great." Packed my bag, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, you don't need to bring that bag. You get our bags." And I was like, "Okay, cool, I guess. Here's your tracksuit, your pre-game suit, and everything."
Yeah.
And then they're like, "Don't worry about ordering new sticks. We got them. But you've seen my sticks.
Nice,
They are all custom made with dragon skins." and
Whoa.
skins.
Who is this? Okay. All right.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
But
All right.
we
When's
got
next
to
time?
Richmond, Virginia.
Mhm.
Richmond Generals, if we're watching this, I still hate you guys.
Yeah.
I still had that grudge from 4 years ago.
Look, if you're in Virginia in general, okay, we don't like you. We don't care
Just
for
take
you.
your
Nobody does.
No
Hey,
championships.
Hey, if you're from Virginia, what professional sports do you have? Whew. Drinking doesn't count, by the way. But yeah.
Good point. Good point.
What else we got? Because I don't want to stick on these Virginians, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Hey,
we're going to Raleigh.
kiss your cousin goodbye, okay?
If Raleigh got a major league team for baseball,
Uh-huh.
what would the team name be
Mhm.
and the mascot? And what would the mascot look like? I've heard the Rock, Raleigh Rocks, like a rip off of the Denver Nuggets.
Hey, yeah.
I've heard the Florida Mans
Yeah.
because I had Florida.
Well, let me tell you this, because I loathe Virginia, but I have a kind of a love-hate relationship with Raleigh
Okay.
because that is the state capital. Woo!
Should be Charlotte.
It should be Charlotte.
Charlotte's bigger.
Absolutely. Hey, we have everything in Charlotte. What does Raleigh have? A hockey team. That's it. Right.
And 3 top colleges.
Okay. Hey, that's nice for them.
Yeah, exactly.
They need something there, don't they? They gotta be the capital for some reason, right? But and that's probably the name that I would give them, the Capitals.
Okay.
Otherwise, I don't really care for Raleigh too much, you
So
know?
what would their mascot look like in the name?
Their mascot, I would hope that they would do better than Charlotte FC and just have a crown, maybe something, or it could be a star, actually.
Since it's a general,
be
you
a
should do a
star.
person dressed up.
Or just think about it, if it's just a star-shaped mascot, because whenever you look at a map, you see the capital city,
Exactly.
you see a star. Ah, okay. I might have to start charging a fee for this, especially because I hate Raleigh, all right? If you're from Raleigh, Durham, Bull City, Tri-County,
Get on the level of Charlotte.
sit on it and spin, okay? But yeah.
Alright, you ready to start this trip?
Woo,
You need me to go into
yeah.
details what
Oh,
this
nah.
Okay.
I've watched. I know what Trap Talk is.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Alright, you ready to start?
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Alright, we're starting right now.
Okay.
Who was your mentor for wrestling?
Ooh, all right. So my original mentor was some dingaling named Austin Idol, but currently my mentor is the one and only Ethan Case.
Which we've heard
What's
many
up,
times on
baby?
this podcast.
Absolutely.
Who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
Woo! All right, it started off Ric Flair,
Okay.
Eddie Guerrero, but I think before Eddie, it was definitely Rey Mysterio. Seeing him jump out of the sky. Who's that jumping out of the sky? You see him with all these different color masks? That's my dog. So, OG, Rey Mysterio.
Alright.
Hmm?
What was the first show you had worked? Even though
Ooh.
you're still in training. But
Yeah. Well, fun fact, before coming to PWA, again, I went to a wrestling school up in Greenville. Don't do it.
I know which
And
school you're talking. Firestar.
no, no. Austin Idols University or Idol
A&L?
Wrestling University or something
Oh, I
like that.
didn't know that.
It's about Austin Idol. And I hate to even say his name and give him credit like that. Don't search it. Don't look it up. I'm telling you,
It's a waste of
you're gonna waste your time. But
You're up north,
we
you're wasting
actually,
time.
right, we actually did a backyard show. This guy, he had a ring in his backyard, and he would have the whole neighborhood come out. It was a good crowd. You know, again, it was backyard wrestling.
So like GTS wrestling.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it was still fun just to like get in front of a crowd and whatnot. But again, just as somebody who was still learning, and we weren't learning as much as we do here at PWA as far as like how to be safe. You know, I first learned how to take a suplex during a match, right? My first time taking a leg drop during a match. So, you know, those are things that you don't want to do because it's not promoting safety. So, yeah.
How many belts have you won so far since you had your backyard?
None yet. But let me say, I've been going to those PCW shows, and some of those titles, they look good, but just not on who's wearing them. And I'll leave it at that.
What is your favorite wrestling brand?
Favorite wrestling brand?
Yes.
Right now, definitely NXT. But all around, SmackDown has had it through and through since the days that we had the Big Six. From when it was on Thursday nights, and even when they had, I mean, they're still struggling right now on Friday nights. I don't want to say struggling, but you know, it's a Friday
What
night.
if they brought back the fist? And nowadays they brought back that fist.
If they brought back the
Because they're bringing
fist,
back all that pyro.
yeah, if they could do that,
With
because
Cody Rhodes
when I get
finishing.
there, I want to do just like on Here Comes the Pain. I don't know if you noticed, but on Here Comes the Pain, you can actually do a spot off the fist.
I did not.
So yeah, so
It's been a couple years.
that's a dream of mine. Is just to do a spot off the fist. You know, whether it's me taking a bump, having somebody taking a bump. Hey, I just want to do a spot off the fist. So yeah, SmackDown.
What is your favorite music band?
Favorite music band? Ooh, I'm gonna go with the folks that do my entrance music, which is Southpaw Swagger. And funny enough, they actually had a song on Saints Row. I believe it was either Saints Row 2 or Saints Row 3. And the song is, I don't want to spoil it for you, but that's my favorite band, Southpaw
Still look it
Swagger.
up.
Yeah. Listen to them. Also, you got Fall Out Boy.
Yes. I've got to see them in
Yeah.
person.
Oh yeah. But see, here's the thing. I'm not really a band person. Like I definitely listen to a lot of rock. I love when people recreate songs. There's a band, I think they're called 99 Stones or 9 Stones.
9 Stones.
9 Stones, and they recreate anime themes. And they have albums for the Dragon Ball themes, and they recreate each one. Great way to wake up in the mornings. And yeah, I mean, I have artists. You know, I just traveled to California to go watch Kendrick Lamar at that Ken and Friends show. You know, because sometimes you got to pop out and show folks. So yeah, those are my favorites.
Alright. That is all the time we got, guys.
Well, would you look at that? Y'all are a little bit lucky, or maybe out of luck because you don't get to hear it and look at me anymore. But until next time.
And where can they find you on social media?
Social media. This is a funny story, but it's not. So you can follow me on social media at Q. It's just a letter. Literally that. Not just the letter Q, but Q, it's just the letter. Also, it's just a letter. I got
And you'll
to.
be tagged too on social media.
Yeah.
I always put it in because if you're listening on the audio, which we're on Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud. We just wrapping up. This is a huge announcement, guys. Season 2, we will be on Roku.
Ooh, oh.
Like our own app.
That's big news.
Yeah.
Nice. That's dope.
I just contacted them. I was like, what do I got to do? And they're like, just fill us out
Because you know what?
and let us know what episodes.
I know all of y'all got that dang Roku app if you don't have a Roku remote. So, just like that, you get 2 gifts for the price of one. You get the interview with your boy, me, of course, and you get the special announcement. What? Oh my God. Hey, make sure you post something about when you're in Roku too, because we're not just going national, baby. We're going worldwide.
All right, guys. We will see you next time. Oh, out of remember.
We edit it out in post. Edit it out in post. Edit it
I
out in
forgot to
post.
turn it off.
Edit it out
Just
in
put that button.
post.
Push the button real quick.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave that because